Hey, what's up, guys? Luke Profit. So one other thing that I want to talk about is VPNs. VPNs are a very useful thing, and they're not expensive, but a good thing to have when you're traveling. Different countries have different kind of rules about the internet, and some of them censor different things and won't let you get to certain parts and stuff. So a way to get around all that is to just use a VPN. Similar to like with a VPS, it's something that you're sort of connecting to, and then they're yeah, essentially, I'll draw it here. So you got your computer, right? You got your VPN, and then you've got the internet. So normally, if you would try to connect from here to the internet, in the U.S. you're fine, but if you are in a different country that censors stuff, you might try to connect to the internet, and then you hit a wall, and they're saying, "No, we have blocked this content," or whatever, or sometimes it's even just you're trying to get to something, and then it sees that you're in a different country, and it's like it just doesn't let you go there because it's only for U.S. people or whatever, and they don't really prioritize international traffic. So what you can do is if you have a US IP address. Here, let me just type this out. US or US VPN, right? That's pretty tiny. Can I make it? Whatever. It doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. So you got your US VPN right here, and let's say you're in Bali because I spent some time there. Okay, so you're in Bali, and then if you had tried to get to the internet on your own, you're going to hit this censorship wall that says, no, you're not allowed through there. So you're trying to get to this piece of content here on the internet, but you can't get it because you hit this wall every time you try to get there. But if you have a VPN, which is in the US where the internet is not censored, then what you can do is you connect to your US VPN, which they can't stop you from doing really because they'd have to, like, in order to block that, they'd have to know the exact address of your VPN to be able to block it, which they're not going to really know. So you connect to your VPN, and then since your VPN is in the US where it's not censored, then your US VPN can connect to whatever you're trying to connect to, and then basically just pass it straight back to the VPN, and then the VPN forwards that on to you. So that's how a VPN works. So essentially, it just feels like you've got your VPN connected, and then you ask for something, and then it gets sent back. So it's using a VPN makes it a little bit slower, slightly slower, because you have to connect to it and then have this connect to the information and then bring it back to you. But it lets you get around anything that's being censored, whereas if you tried to go directly, you would have hit that wall, and you can't get it back. And a lot of things are fine, but also, when you're traveling, like, for example, I have a friend who, or actually a couple friends, who go to Myanmar, and Myanmar is very much a third world country, and, some more kind of sketchy stuff goes on there. So PayPal and things, if they see that you're trying to sign into your PayPal account from Myanmar, well, Myanmar is actually on the list of we do not service these countries. So what happened to my friend is they tried to sign into their U.S. PayPal, or their PayPal that they created, from a U.S. Thing. Then they went to Myanmar and tried to sign into the same PayPal. And what happened was PayPal, caught. They said, "Oh, hey, this address is from Myanmar. Either the account is being hacked, or something like that, but they don't let people use PayPal from Myanmar, basically. So they locked down their entire account, and basically stopped them from being able to use it, suspended their account, and it ended up causing them, a bunch of problems. And I think they were able to get that resolved by using a PayPal in a different person's name, not and not signing in from Myanmar at all. But this would solve that kind of problem. So if PayPal sees you're trying to sign into it from one of their countries that is blocked or not allowed to use PayPal in, then that could freak them out because whenever you're signing into a site, they're going to see what the IP address is. But then if you use a VPN that's on a US IP address, then that's the IP address that they're going to see. So your connection wherever you are in the world can connect to the VPN. Can connect to the VPN, and then the VPN is the IP address that whatever the website you're connected to is going to see. So that's sort of a way to get around that kind of thing. Same thing if you're using a VPS, where you can see the desktop and sign in. You could go there and then just sign into Chrome through the sign into PayPal or whatever the website is through the VPS virtual private server. That would work as well, but sometimes if you're having a weird problem or something's blocked, it's really useful and really cheap to get a VPN. So there are a bunch of options to choose from. The one that I use is private internet access, and you basically buy it. It's like $3 a month. It's like really cheap. So you do that, and then you just get a username and password. There's a Chrome extension for it, and there's also a program for your computer, and you basically just select the location that you want. And, there are a bunch. They've got servers all over the world. They've got them in, California, New York, and everywhere. And you can just sort of select, and you can even select, they've even got servers in freaking like, Singapore and all over the world. You can just pick where you want your VPN to be, and then you connect to that VPN, and then that VPN can then pass you through the traffic, basically. So that's how a VPN works and why it's useful. And yeah, like Bali internet is pretty censored, and they block a lot of stuff. And then Thailand is not too bad, but there's a little bit of stuff, and some things don't work. So yeah, I mean they're all different places. But having a VPN for $3 a month if you're traveling like that is definitely worth it, because then you don't ever have to worry about like, oh frick, I'm here and now I can't get to what I need to be able to get to. That just lets you right away do it. And there are free ones, but they're a lot slower and usually not as good. So I would just pay $3 a month, private internet access, or NordVPN or whatever. Pick your favorite YouTuber of choice, and then sign up through their link. Or you can use, I don't know if I'll bother even to set up a link because it's like nothing, but maybe I'll set up a link, and you can use my link if you want. I guess to go to lukeprofits.com/VPN, or I'll probably put a link in the thing, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll be too lazy because it's such a small amount of money. But anyway, yeah, that's what a VPN is, how it works, and why you need it for traveling. Because if if you're trying to get to a website and it's blocked or not loading properly, then you can use a VPN to just get around that, and it basically keeps you having full access to the internet. Like in China, they completely block like Facebook and like even just some basic stuff. So the only way to get around that is to have a VPN. So if you fly to China without a VPN, how are you going to get a VPN to connect to it? It's harder to figure out there, so you just want to go ahead and sign up for one. And you can, cancel it when you're done traveling, but very, very useful thing. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. If you're new to dropshipping and you're trying to figure out how to get started, I've got a full free set of training videos down there, link in the description. It goes over everything you need to know about how to get started making money online. And the average person following my method makes around $500 to $800 profit per month after expenses for each 1,000-item eBay store that they have set up and running. They're really not that hard to get started. If you've got any questions about anything dropshipping related, feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link down there, as well as a link to a group that I started with hundreds of other dropshippers that you can join. I post new content on this channel every couple days, so go ahead and subscribe and click the notifications, and I'll see you back here with another video in a couple days.